We're going to make a doll today, a handkerchief doll to be specific. So if you take a look at some of the choices of handkerchiefs, these have all been donated to Catoctin Furnace. Some of them are pretty fancy, some are just plain. So if you don't have any handkerchiefs at home, ask your grandfather. He might have a big white one. Or ask your grandmother if she has any that she's willing to share with you. We are not going to be destroying them, so just you can reassure them that we're just going to make some ties. We're just going to tie them up. No cutting, no marking up, etc. So I'm going to show you a couple of simple ways to make things. So this is a very plain one, but we're going to select one that has a design on it. So here's one with a pretty little corner design. So when you're going to make your doll, you want to decide what's going to be the front of it. So I decide this one needs to be in the front with a pretty shape. So we're going to start, I'm going to put the design facing down on the table, fold in the two corners, and then make sure that they're overlapping just a little bit. And then we're going to take one cotton ball. This is going to be used for the head. So you place that in the center and fold it over. Okay. And then the next step is to make the head. So I'm going to select a piece of yarn, or maybe I'll use this pretty ribbon. Use a pretty piece of blue. Well, no, I'm not going to use this ribbon because that's a little too thick for this little fine handkerchief. So I'm going to use a piece of crochet yarn. It's a little bit heavier than string or thread. So take this and put it right underneath where the head's going to be. And you'll notice I'm selecting a piece, probably about 2 feet long. And I'm going to cut this off because it's much easier to work with. I'm going to put it around the head. This is the hardest part. Get a friend to hold the head down for you. Hold the cotton ball. And then you tie. This is where some tying skills are handy. Left over right. And then pull it tight. Oops. You're going to make sure you get that head down in there. So keep tightening it as you go. Okay, so now I have a head. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to the front side. See, I have this pretty design on the front. Okay, if you want that head to stay tight, remember we did left over right? Now we're going to do right over left and tie a knot in here. Because this piece of yarn tends to want to come untied. Okay. Now, there are a couple ways that you can make arms. If you think about what the young children back in the 1800s had. So they might have had a stick. So you could take a stick and place a stick in here. If you're going to make stick arms, you just take the yarn from the back, pull it up front. And tie it around the arms. Okay? And here you can make a pretty little bow. So there's your little doll. If you want to make one that has pant legs, I'm going to show you how to do that real easily. This is a much larger scarf. So this is called a bandana. To make a bandana, to use one of those, and we're going to make legs on this one. We're going to take it and fold it into thirds. So take this, fold it in, and take the other side and fold it in. We still need a head. So this is a much bigger doll, so we're going to use at least 2 cotton balls. I might even use 3 cotton balls for this one. We're going to make a big head on this doll. Okay. This doll, since this is such thick material, I'm going to straighten this up. I'm going to use a heavier piece of yarn. So again, I need about 2 feet. I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to start at the back because I always find it's easier to tie on the front side. Left over right. Pull it tight. Ooh, that rhymes. Left over right, pull it tight. Okay. Now, what's next? Right over left. Okay. There's your head. Now again, you could use your sticks for your arms. But I think what we're going to do is just create some arms just with our yarn. So you notice I put it underneath the corners here. I'm going to pull it to the back. And I'm going to go left over right. And I'm going to do another one right over left. Okay, now I want some legs. So take your material and separate it.